juice. Um,
I love it.
I'm glad we're live. Shoot.
yeah, it's
I didn't, yeah, the video thing didn't happen, so I wasn't prepared. I was making a stupid face on the screen. That's great.
Oh, goodness. All right. We have a wonderful, wonderful surprise. We have Stephen with Word 66 with us. And I just want to kind of introduce you to us. And my name is Randy. I'm in Oklahoma City.
And I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas. Normally, Ashton goes right before me, so that threw me off.
pleasure to be here with you guys. It's an honor and a privilege.
It's great. I absolutely love happy little things that work out like this. This was meant to be, sir.
It's a beautiful thing.
So you are in Vegas. What is happening around Vegas? What's the scene like up there right now?
It is hot. So it's about 110 today here.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Yeah, it's really super hot. So we're in that time of season right now, and I needed to trim my trees and stuff in the front, so I was doing that earlier today and sweating like you would not believe, and cutting all these branches and the thing that I was using, that chain kept falling off and almost fell off the ladder a couple times, and it's been a good day. It's been fun.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I totally get exactly what you're saying, because we've been doing some work in our backyard where a tree had to come down. So I had to YouTube how to cut down a tree and make it not fall on your house. So, and I think we might have got a chainsaw that was a little too small. So it took a few more tries than what I was really hoping it would take, but
I get it.
It worked out great. It fell exactly where I wanted it to fall.
Nice.
But the worst part was, we're like, okay, now we just need to chop it all down, or chop it into little pieces, and we can get rid of it. That's easier said than done.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That does not sound like fun. I absolutely despise doing any kind of work like that.
Me too. If I could just put concrete out there in my backyard and just have the whole thing concreted, I would be a happy guy. This
Gotcha.
mowing the lawn, trimming trees.
Oh man, you got actual grass, huh? Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody out here in Vegas, we all have rocks and stuff like that, mostly in the back. So
yeah.
the back is not an issue, but the front, of course, you have to make it look halfway decent. So
Right.
so unfortunately, that stuff grows.
Speaking of rock, let's talk about your music a little bit.
Okay,
All right.
See how that was a segue from yard work?
Yeah.
To rock and roll?
I didn't know we were going to even talk about music. This is great.
Let's get a little bit of the history of how you guys got started and where you guys all came from and stuff.
So we started around the COVID time, and actually, so we are a Christian hard rock / heavy metal band, and it was a calling for me to do this. I believe that everyone in this world has a purpose, and my purpose was to write this music to basically glorify God and Christ. And not everybody is into that kind of thing, but we are what you call a crossover band.
Mhm.
So we have been fortunate to get a ton of radio play in the non-Christian world as well.
Really
And
cool.
all but one of our songs have charted to #1 all over the world as well.
Congratulations. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And trust me, we just love music. Some people will be like, aren't you guys like a rock and roll podcast? And it's like, no, we just love music. I don't care if it's country. If it's good music, it is good music, and I don't care. We want to talk to you.
I love that. Yeah, I'm into all kinds of music. It's not the only thing that I listen to.
Mhm.
I love a lot of other things too, especially jazz.
Really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
So what got you started?
So, as I mentioned, it was a calling for me. I've always been in, in bands, for many, many years prior to this, and it was a calling for me to just write this kind of music. And some people will call it gospel, but it's not exactly gospel because gospel music is 1,000 times different from what we do, you
Hmm.
know, because we rock like every other band out there. The only difference is we always rock with a positive message. And I got a calling and I started writing this music. And we went into the studio around the COVID time and
Hmm.
recorded our first record, which was called On the Way to the Promised Land, which is actually based on the book of Exodus in the Bible.
Hmm.
And we put that song out. It was the first single, and it just really took off right away for us. And we were very pleasantly surprised and um, amazed that that's the path that was set in front of us. And it was great, man. And it's been we haven't looked back since.
That's great. How did you guys all meet? Did you guys were you in former bands together or just the local music circle? Because I mean, Vegas is pretty hopping out there band wise
Ish.
ish.
um yeah, so I didn't have anybody in the band when I first started it, and so I actually put an ad out on. You guys familiar with Craigslist?
Yeah, I remember that.
Still out there, man. So we actually I posted an ad on Craigslist and I actually found my drummer that way, and then we eventually ran into Brian, who is the now the former vocalist of the band, and we put this thing together and started getting the music ready for the studio, and we got in and recorded our first EP, which was a 4-song EP. Now that you mentioned, did you guys know each other? Our drummer Lance Crane is probably my oldest friend. We've been in bands together, and I've known him probably since I was about 17. And so he's been on the last couple of records with us.
Awesome. Awesome. Nothing
Yeah,
like having a buddy with you that you kind of know which direction they're going to go. You just kind of feel each other out. So that's really cool.
absolutely. And he's got amazing chops, and it's always great to play with him.
That's cool. So how do you go about writing the songs? Do you have a special songwriting recipe that you have and uh does it start out with just humming the song or start out with a chord progression or how do you go about writing?
Yeah, I'm usually just got my guitar in my hand and I'm just kind of messing around and practicing whatever. And then, you know how it is, and all of a sudden you just start playing something and you go like, "Oh, wow, that's really cool. And I need to be in writing mode for me to actually complete a song. So most of the time I just pull my phone out and just
Hmm.
record this little riff that I might have. And I've probably got like 3 albums that can be recorded now, um,
Just piece
on
them
my
all
phone,
together.
of all these little little dill dads and little doodle doodle kind of things. So yeah, eventually I get to those things, but that's how I start. And then I've got a pen and a paper, usually by me as well. And I usually write the lyrics when I'm writing the song as well.
Okay. Right.
And then I bring it to the guys and stuff. So I pretty much write all the music and then I bring it to the guys and then we just kind of mess with it. In my head, I've kind of got an idea of, how the bass goes and how the drums go. And I kind of, tell the guys, hey man, this is what I'm thinking, it should go like, and then we kind of just mess with it from there.
Really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try to get this to work. I'm gonna try to play 37 Miracles, the lyric video. How's that?
When you
All right.
fail, Ashton's here now, so he can fix
Yeah.
it.
He's my safety net. That's why I felt safe doing this. Ashton's like, what are we looking up?
I that's why I have a wire connected to my head right now because my headphones aren't working right now. So these are my backups.
How's
Well,
it going? What's going on?
Pretty
Oh,
good,
that's
Bob.
fine.
Pretty good.
Good. I know I'm supposed to have headsets, but I don't. So so
No.
you're ahead of me.
Nah, it's all good. You sound good, and there's no echo. That's all we can
Yep.
ask for at this point.
Beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's a
All
beautiful
right, I'm
thing.
going to pull this up and see if we can get something to play.
All right.
Right. Absolutely. Look, I love it.
All right.
That is
We had
rocking,
part of
boy.
it. Okay.
We just
That
gotta do
is
a little
rocking.
teaser.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great.
They like to hit us with copyright strikes. It's like, your video has been blocked. It's like, gosh dang it.
Can't
Darn
win.
Facebook. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is some good stuff right there. That is some rocking stuff going on. So, who are your influences?
My main influence is probably Sabbath, man. I mean, I grew up
Right.
with Sabbath and I love them. And I think I hear Sabbath in my music. So Sabbath and Priest and if if you're going to talk about some of the Christian bands, there's some great bands out there like
Mhm.
Disciple and Thousand
Yeah.
Foot Crutch and Skillet that kind of also are some of my influences as well.
I love Thousand Foot Crutch
Oh
and
God, yeah.
Skillet. Oh, they're so good.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask if you've taken a lot of influence from like Thousand Foot Clutch, Striper, Skillet, things like that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, absolutely. Great bands, man.
Oh yeah, they're definitely the perfect place to draw influence from and start your own thing.
It
Yeah,
such
I was
nice
saying,
people.
for those who don't really know who we are, I was saying that we're essentially a Christian rock band, and that piece of video that we watched was it's called 37 Miracles, and a lot of people, even Christians, don't know this, but a little bit of trivia that Jesus actually performed a total of 37 miracles in his life, and that song is based upon that, and we mentioned about 15 of them in the song as well.
Oh dang.
Really cool.
So that
Yeah.
means there's still room for more. There's room for a part two.
Part two, yeah, that's a great idea. Oh, oh,
All right, let's
like a
get
make it into a
it.
concept record. We'll start it with that, and we'll end it with that. Hey, very
Oh,
cool.
God,
Mhm.
yes. There it is. That'd
That's
be
exactly what I
pretty
was going to
sick.
say. Is Ashton's making a concept album for you?
That would be pretty sick.
The other day I was chatting with a friend of mine, and all of a sudden it just hit me. I was like, I need some Pink Floyd, man. And it's like, so my favorite Pink Floyd album of all time is Animals. And talk about concept genius, man. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know how you guys feel about that record, but man, I just put it on and I was just digging it, man, because it starts, with the acoustic guitar and then ends with the acoustic guitar, and
Yeah.
it's a journey, man.
Oh, yeah. That's one thing that they're freaking amazing at. I will definitely give them that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Experiences.
They put you in there. Yeah, they put you in there. So you were mentioning that you're going to have another song coming out soon, and do you
Yes.
want to talk about that?
Sure. So we recorded a 5-song EP, and it might actually wind up to be 6 before the actual EP comes out. On the last record, it was called Rock and Roll Preaching. We had this really beautiful ballad called How Will I Know? And it was just a acoustic guitar and a cello, and our old vocalist Brian singing on it.
Huh.
And yeah, I mean, it did really well, and it's a really beautiful ballad. And I was thinking the possibility of maybe going back into the studio, and our new vocalist for this record, Carlos, is thinking about bringing him in and putting his vocals on there, and also bringing in like a viola player and a violin player, so we can get a little bit more strings in there, sound more like a full string section.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but anyway, like the next track is probably going to be called um, "I'll Be There," and that's actually a power ballad.
Okay.
So that's basically about God just talking to someone, saying, "I know that life is hard, but I just want you to know that I'm there with you."
Really cool.
I like
Really
that.
cool. All right. But yeah, I've always loved Christian rock. I definitely doesn't scare me one little bit. Like we said, Thousand Foot Crutch, and I saw Striper at Rocklahoma, and I know for a fact when I lost a lot of the hearing in my left ear was
Oh no!
listening to Striper right up there, right? Because I mean, I remember it happened. I was like, boy, that's feeling tingly, but I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
Too important to move.
I was just like, I know the exact time when I lost the hearing in my left ear.
Wow.
Like, honestly, you probably should have moved.
Oh my gosh. Did you
But
just
it was
really
worth
do that?
it.
In hindsight, yeah, probably,
Yeah,
probably
right.
so.
I see what you did there, John.
Did a shameless striper
Honestly,
plug.
you should have moved. That
You
was
know,
pretty good.
Striper, if you guys aren't familiar, man, I mean, Striper is still out there,
Oh
100%,
yeah.
man. I mean,
Yeah.
they're still putting out albums all the time. It's like they have a new album out every week, it seems, you know. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
um, these guys are continuously writing, and they're just a great band, man, and just a great influence, you know, for all, not just rockers, but especially Christian rockers as well.
Yeah, great guys too. I know Oz has helped out a band from around here. They actually go to Vegas a lot. Does Oz live in Vegas? I know that they go out there a lot, and they kind of hang out with him. And they're a Christian rock band that we've had on here, and they've Oz has produced their album, so it was really cool and
Mhm.
just a great guy. He's going through some health issues and stuff like that, but just one of a kind. One of a kind.
I'm pretty sure Oz is one of those guys' uncles, by the way.
Oh, is it?
That would
Yeah.
make sense.
Okay.
I believe he is. But I want to jump real quick, Stephen. I want to get the word out to the best place that everybody can go find any of your stuff that they're looking for.
We're pretty much everywhere. You know, of course, we're on the socials. You know, your Facebook and your Instagram and your Twitter and stuff. So, if anybody out there is interested, you know, please check us out, and don't forget to follow, man. Follow and
Hmm.
comment and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But we're also on all of the major platforms. You know, you'll find us, of course, on Spotify and Deezer and Apple and Amazon and you know all that stuff.
Really cool. Really cool. I love it. This is a great surprise. I am so glad you're with us, Steven.
I love
Yeah,
it.
that's our the old vocalist is in the center there. You're passing him by. So.
Okay.
But this is the important part right here.
Give them some touring money.
Oh, for real. Put gas in their tanks, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have
Yes.
any shows that you're going to be doing, or anything coming down the road that
A
you're
little bit
thinking of?
later on in the year, we'll be
Okay.
doing some short tours.
Really cool.
That's going to be
Yeah.
awesome. Do you have any idea around where, or is that still all up in the air?
That's still up in the air. You know,
Okay.
we're talking to management right now. We're managed by PCM Management,
Mhm.
Okay.
which is Paul Crosby, who was the former drummer of Saliva for about like 20 years and stuff. So he's we're working on some stuff now.
That's
That's
exciting. I
awesome.
know he's got a lot of great bands that he's working with right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we should be shooting. I think it's we're trying to figure it out right now. We should be shooting a video for the next song. I'll be there probably within the next couple of weeks. So instead of just a
That's
lyric video, which we did with this one here, so we'll be doing an actual video. Of course, nothing is free.
yeah,
So
Right,
those are
that's true.
it's so expensive. It really is. You've got to decide and go, okay, let's pull the trigger.
Hmm.
yeah, for sure, man. And when you're doing videos too, I mean, some of these people, man, they don't know what to charge. It's like you talk to some of these people too, and you're like, yeah, we would like to shoot a video and like to find out, pricing. Well, we usually start around 20,000, and it's like 20,000
Oh
start.
goodness.
God.
We'll never even see that money back, man.
Right.
Exactly.
I can go get a van for that much, a
That's
tour.
what I was about to say. I was going to say music video or a touring van. I don't know what.
Right.
God, that is insane.
Oh
Yeah,
goodness.
it's crazy. It's crazy, but we have this guy that shoots our videos. A couple of them that are on our website. We have On the Way to the Promised Land. We shot that in here in Vegas, and they call it like the salt mines, and it's really just this big like wide open space and just in the desert. And On the Way to the Promised Land. If you're familiar with the book of Exodus, they were traveling through the desert, and that's where Moses parted the seas and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. So we wanted to shoot that in the desert. So yeah, that's the video right there. So we shot that there. And then the video before this last song called Faith is the Key, we shot at a place which was called Three Kid Mine. And this was this really cool place, man. It's like you see all this graffiti.
Uh-huh.
So it's this place where it's from what I understand history wise, it has to do with water or something like that. And there's like these three gigantic walls, round walls. And these kids, man, they just went nuts and they just like graffitied everything on these walls inside and out. And I remember going there one day and we were getting ready to shoot a video and somebody said, hey, why don't you check out Three Kid Mine? And I checked it out and I'm like, this would be a really cool place. And
Oh, that's perfect.
and it turns out we're definitely, I should say, the last band that's ever going to film anything there because a housing development company took over that area and they're just
Oh,
like they just flatten that down and they're just building housing up.
Of course.
sounds
And
right.
it was funny because even when we were filming it, they were in the process of putting up fences and stuff like that, and they hired security, and so nobody was allowed to go in that area, and we kind of snuck in there, man, and it was during the summertime. It was so hot, and it was like probably like a quarter of a mile walk that we were dragging all this equipment and all kinds of stuff, and we almost got shut down, but luckily this guy that was there, I said, hey, man, we're a Christian band. We're just trying to spread the word of God, man. And, we just spent 2 hours bringing our equipment in here, man. I said, can you just give us like an hour or something like that? And he was cool about it.
That's
That's
awesome.
good.
So it's documented right here in the video.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is
Uh-huh.
awesome. Worth it.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Well, Stephen, thank you so much, and I apologize. This was totally my bad. I thought it was another week, but
Hey, no worries.
I'm so glad we got to meet you. And if you need
Oh,
anything
yeah.
from us ever, just shoot us a message. We would love to promote anything you've got going on. And if you have the new video out and you want to get it out in front of everybody, we'll definitely play it and we'll definitely share it. So
Oh, we'd love
Awesome. Yeah.
to.
Yeah, man. Maybe when we stop recording, if you guys can hang out for a couple of minutes, I got a couple questions for you.
okay,
That works.
absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much, and we will speak with you in a little bit.
Hey, guys, thanks again for having me on. I really appreciate it.
All right. Bye bye.
God bless, man.
All right. So cool. That was a great, great experience. I'm so glad that worked out.
Yeah, me too.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Absolutely wonderful. I
Good.
just want to kind of introduce ourselves. My name is Randy, and I'm in Oklahoma City.
Hi, Randy.
I'm
Hello.
Ashton, and I'm in Piedmont, Oklahoma.
Hi, Ashton.
Howdy.
And I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Hey, John.
Well,
And
Am
you
I
guys
still
are
on?
You're
Yep.
still on, Steven.
Oh,
You're
hey, and I'm Steve from the Word 66. I'm in Las Vegas.
Hi,
Steve, how's it going? Well,
What's up, guys?
we are Rev and Rebecca from Baby and the Nobodies in Seattle, Washington.
This is so
Fantastic.
cool.
You know, before I
love
moved
it.
to Vegas, I actually lived in Seattle for about like 3 years.
Wow. Did you
I'm sorry. I mean, nice.
Yeah,
did you like it?
yeah, that's why I left. You know, I think Seattle's a really hip town, but I mean the weather, man, I just couldn't deal with it anymore.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just starting to get nice here. Just starting to get nice.
Yeah.
I
see
I
how
don't
long that
know.
lasts.
You were saying 110 today in Vegas, so I don't know. I don't know which way to go. Oh my
Right.
goodness! So tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you got going on.
So we're in a band called Baby and the Nobodies. There are 5 of us in the band. We just got done working on a new album.
Yes, that is
It's called
beautiful.
Ready or Not.
Good stuff. And when did that come out?
May 30th.
Yeah, May 30th it drops.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And you've got a video out now called Bombs Away.
Yes, for the first single off the album. Yes.
That's outstanding. So I'm probably going to ask the same types of questions that I asked Steven. So Steven, please bear with me.
Before you get too far, I want to make a fun comment about your album Ready or Not. It does have 8 tracks on it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Not to be confused with an 8-track.
No,
Oh my God.
Good one.
I couldn't find anybody to duplicate 8 tracks, so we had to put it on vinyl.
I had that set up and ready, so I wanted to make sure.
And you guys are bringing it back. You guys are bringing it back, apparently.
Heck yeah.
Who needs a cassette tape when you can have 8-track?
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
It's been a
So
while.
how do you guys go about writing your songs? Do you guys have a special songwriting recipe that you guys follow, or
Yes.
how does that happen? She's like, yes, we do.
Yes. Yes, we do. He pretty much comes up with a riff idea. He plays a riff idea or does some guitar noodling, and he's like, hey, what do you think of this?
Mhm.
And usually I'm like, yeah, or if something sticks, sometimes I have a melody for it, and then from there he's like, cool, give me words, and then I give him a couple of words, and then he pieces everything else together with the guys.
Absolutely.
That's a
That
recipe.
seems easy enough.
You know, it just amazes me how many different ways there are to write a song, and we've talked to so many different bands that just approach it from different directions. It's just, I always wished I could write songs, so
Me
I really wish. I want to figure out the formula, so I'm just asking everybody, how do you do it?
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you straight up, there's no formula. You just do it.
First, I think you have to have some sort of talent, and I think that's where I'm failing.
Right. Likewise.
Trust me, you don't.
Oh my goodness. So how about we listen to a little bit of the video that you've got?
Okay.
Ooh, what was that? Bombs
Bombs
away.
away.
Bombs
Bombs
away. Sorry. Here we go.
It's like you're coming all apart, and those seems like a broken heart. You're fading fast like
Absolutely.
I love that.
Really punky.
Oh yeah.
Do you like it?
Do you like it?
Good job. Good job. So tell us a little bit about the video. What's with the GM? Is that in Seattle or is that in Washington?
No, that actually was old archive footage
okay.
that I
Okay.
found. That just
That's
kind of
funny
looked cool.
because we used to have a GM factory here in Oklahoma City and it shut down. It's probably the same one.
It could very
It might
well
be.
be. Yeah, I don't know much about it. It was like a whole little segment of like the world of tomorrow, sort of like all future stuff from when it was filmed.
You're right.
Yeah.
Which is all in the past now. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that does sound really cool.
That's neat. So what do we have coming next? What is next in your agenda? Are we thinking we're going to be setting out on a tour?
I would absolutely love to do a tour. We've been talking about possibly a European thing towards the end of the year.
Oh, nice.
So we'll see. Could be end of the year, could be
Next year.
January, February-ish. It's in talks. And then yeah, I would love to get out and do a little spring West Coast tour. Would love to.
That'd be awesome.
I know. Tell me about it.
Kind of sneaking around a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially
Head
a
down to
European
Vegas.
tour.
Yeah, like he said, head down to Vegas.
Yeah,
I
head down to Vegas. we know a guy.
Yeah. Hmm.
Breakfast is on me.
Oh.
There it is.
Are you cooking or where are we going?
Yeah, I mean, you can come to my house. I can cook if you want to do that. Absolutely, I love to cook.
I like chorizo.
You like what?
Chorizo.
Chorizo.
Oh,
I
okay,
like eggs Benedict.
I agree.
Yeah.
okay. It's not a restaurant, but I'll do my best.
I love it. See? Connections.
That's what we're here for. Let's get into a little bit of your guys' influences because of your punk sound. Was there a lot of punk band listening growing up? What brought you to that?
Yeah, a lot of early punk like New York Dolls and the Sex Pistols and the Dead Boys and a lot of like early UK stuff and then New York. So I guess it's kind of mostly that.
Right on, right on. I had to ask because I know that you guys are from the city of grunge, so it was like a
Right.
weird in my brain, weird concept to throw the other way.
Yeah. We're definitely not grunge
Or metal.
or metal. However, of course, growing up on the West Coast, there was always that. Well, everybody loved hair metal back in the day, so I grew up listening to a lot of that stuff too. Def Leppard and Motley Crue and all.
I still
all that
love
stuff.
hair metal.
So yeah,
Right.
Still love hair metal.
Right.
Exactly. Yes.
He was waiting for that one.
He's like, say it, say it, say it.
Yes.
His dreams come true tonight.
Oh, goodness.
I have another question for you guys that I wanted to ask. Is there any actual skateboarders in your band, or what inspired the skate decks as part of your merch?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
We actually saw, a lot of punk bands that come through town have things like that. And I thought it was really cool. I haven't skated in a lot of years.
I was gonna say a couple of guys in the band used to skate when they were younger. So.
Used to, yeah.
Back in the day.
Haven't broken my hip yet. But
Trying to keep it that way.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was a really cool idea, and I sourced them and found a really cool place that built them. So yeah, why not?
Pretty
Local
sweet.
supporting
Yeah,
local, basically.
Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I have a story about that, but it's not my interview.
It's all
about
good. It's all good.
about being in Seattle and being on rollerblades and falling and almost ripping uh, my legs apart.
Oh.
Not fun.
Hitting a
God.
tree and it was not good.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Man.
The tree
Oh.
did not give.
Yeah.
Not fun, man.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
with your upcoming tour stuff, I know that you've played some shows up around your area and stuff in the past. There was one that in particular I just wanted to mention and touch base with you guys. It was back in November of 23, though. You guys opened for Faster Pussycat. I just saw them Saturday night
Yeah.
here.
Nice.
And how is it for you guys opening up for them? And when you play with bands that have been around for that long of a time, do you try to pick up tips and tricks from them of what like life on the road and stuff and how they perform and do things?
So I'll start this one and then you can
Go ahead.
finish this one. So for me, I thought it was awesome to work with them. We also opened for Faster Pussycat on their Dirty 30 tour at a venue that we used to have in Seattle called Studio 7. For me, with this band specifically, it was an accomplishment to be able to open for them and to open for LA Guns when we did, because he's toured with them in previous bands that he's been in. So for us to be able to maintain that in his relationship with bands like that, it's a big deal for me. Also, I went down to the Rainbow a couple weeks ago to go see them at that backstage party that they were doing. It was Michael Monroe and Faster Pussycat, and I thought that
Oh,
Tammy
yeah.
did an amazing job performing.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Tammy's a good dude. I've known him for a lot of years.
So
Heck
yeah, I'll let you
So-
finish that question though.
Yeah. No, I mean you totally answered it. I mean, yeah, in other bands that I've been in, I've actually toured specifically with Faster Pussycat as an opener and with LA Guns as direct support. So it's been a long time of learning a lot from a lot of people like that, and it's awesome. I learned how to drink really well from Danny.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first time that we played with Faster Pussycat, he's like, if you can't find me, I'm with Danny drinking whiskey, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm like, oh.
Oh no.
Well, nice knowing you.
Kidding. Faster Pussycat holds a special place in my heart. They were the first band I saw live. They were opening for Motley Crue in like
Oh wow.
1989, I believe, on the Dr. Feelgood tour.
That's
Nice.
rad.
And, so I've seen Faster Pussycat probably at least a dozen times since then. And if they're close, I'm like, I feel obligated that I
Right.
have to go see them again.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always a joy though, and I love to watch them perform. And I really think that Tammy sounded better than he's sounded in years when I saw him the other night. He looked like he was having fun. He was just smiling. He was having a good time up there, and I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to hear
that's
that.
what I love to see.
Yeah, and
I'd
it's
love to
absolutely
hear that.
awesome. It's awesome to see Tammy doing very well lately. Love the guy. So yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Again, that was my little side story that I, because I saw that show was on there, and
Nice.
that was all my important things that I wanted to make sure I said. Ashton had your guys' website up a little bit ago, showing stuff that was on there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have the name of that website for everybody so that they can find that.
It is www.babyandthenobodies.com.
Very,
Aw, there's a website.
That's
very,
really
very easy. Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Well, there it goes.
Panties, condoms, records,
Every
All kinds of
important thing,
Yep.
bottle
especially all of
openers.
those together, everything
Bottle
you said
openers.
together.
Dog tags are on there as well, if I recall.
Yes.
really
Yep.
good. Oh, look at this.
Shot
This
glasses.
is great.
You name it.
A little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like it.
and a whole lot more that's not up there. Actually,
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
we roll into clubs with like
A road case.
2 or
full.
3 cases full of merch stuff. So
That's how you got to do it.
Yeah.
That pays for your gas to the next show.
Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
Especially like the skateboards and the shot glasses. Everyone has shirts and hats. I see a shot glass. I don't care who it is. I'm buying it. When I
Right.
see you guys perform,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Right
I'm
on.
snagging them.
Well, and the thing too, so since you have it dialed up right now, so the record on there where I'm wearing the aviators with the red lipstick. So on that record, that's a EP that we did called Kiss This. And there's a song on there called Last Call. So that's also when we first released the shot glasses because it went along with the song called Last Call.
Oh, really cool.
Okay, that's
All right, there's a
pretty
story
smart.
behind it.
Yeah.
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 And then same thing with that little EP. That's when we did the first panty collection. And then the panties say Kiss This on the butt cheek, which was the title from the EP. So it was a collection.
Everything ties together.
Yes.
That's smart.
Love it.
Great
Thank you.
ideas. Yeah.
Steven, are we going to have some Word 66 panties coming out now?
Well, we're a Christian rock band, so
Has Miracle 37 on it?
it might say something a little different on the back. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Oh boy.
Proudly built by my father.
Right?
Oh,
If
thank
they're
you
at your
guys.
own risk or something. I don't know.
Right.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Is there
Of course.
anything else you want to get out there? And just like we told Steven, please hit us up, use us. We want to promote you. This is what we love to do. We love to see bands that we love succeed and trying to help get them there. So anything that you guys release, let us know, and we'll definitely put it on our Facebook. We'll put it on our website. If you guys want to
Yeah.
join us again anytime,
Oh, we'd
just
love
hit us
to.
up.
We'd
Just
love
hit
to.
us up.
Yeah.
And
That's what
and
we're
of
here
course,
for.
if you're ever in Oklahoma or Topeka, definitely get with us, and we would love to have chorizo and eggs with you.
Well,
Hell yeah.
and Topeka, my mother was actually born and raised in Topeka, Kansas.
Oh wow,
So
that's crazy.
I have family ties in Topeka, Kansas, and I have a bunch of family in Topeka, Kansas that I've never met.
Well, look at
'Cause-
that.
I might know,
I
might
come
know
from a
them.
large Hispanic family, and you might know them.
I might not. I might. You never know.
But I guarantee you there will be chorizo.
And that's all that matters at that point.
And some Fidel and
And
probably
some
empanadas.
empanadas,
All the good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
like he said, before we let y'all go, anything you guys need to plug, get out there. I mean, your Facebook,
Yes,
Instagram, get it.
Yeah, so obviously our Spotify. If
Mhm.
you like what you see and hear, follow us on Spotify. We're new to Spotify, so we're trying to build that following.
So
And
if
that-
you have a playlist, put us on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Because we are newbies to Spotify, so I got to figure that out.
Yep.
And then our next show is June 26th at El Corazon. It's a Thursday night, all ages, and we're going to be supporting the Dolly Rots, Go Betty Go, and Peg Boy.
That's going to be an exciting little show.
Beautiful.
I know, I'm
Yeah.
stoked. I'm stoked.
Yes.
That is so exciting. Well, thank you guys so much, and it was a pleasure to have you guys all on, and it turned out great.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
Thank
you
you for
so
having
much.
us.
Yeah. Thank you for having us, and super cool to meet all you guys. And Steve, you too.
Yeah, it was really nice meeting you guys too. I'm definitely going to look into the band, man, as well.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. Best of luck to you
Awesome.
guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks to you too. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
y'all.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, gonna play us out real quick.
We bang your ugly friends too.